Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn Wilson, one of the founding partners of RETechnology and consultant with Wave Group, and I'm here today to talk to you about some really exciting new things. We're going to talk today about discovering how a next-gen CRM is going to change the real estate game for you. And we're going to talk about how to organize and manage your contacts, how to keep in touch, how to get more referrals, how to nurture clients and convert leads into clients, all kinds of really neat things. And for some of you on the call may already be using some sort of client relationship management software, so you understand the power of these kinds of tools. The one we're going to look at today and the really understanding better about CRM really shows us how the idea of CRM really gives us that sales discipline that can make all the difference to being, between being a good agent and a good brokerage to being an amazing brokerage and amazingly successful and really profitable. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we start. If you look at your panel, your GoToWebinar control panel over to the right, you'll see a little button that says questions. If you just click on that and you have any questions that you'd like to ask anybody that's speaking today, just add them right there and we'll be happy to ask them of our panelists to make sure that we get all those questions answered for you. So with that, I'd like to introduce our person that's going to be walking us through today. Shannon, if we could go to the next slide, I can show you what she looks like. She's amazing. She's a sales executive with Exact Contact, and she's a CRM enthusiast, and I'm sure we have many of those on the call with us today, which is great. For those of you that have used CRMs, you know that when you work with them and you really work specifically and more on a consistent basis with them, they can make for a really, really successful business. So Shannon's going to take us through her history of how she's worked with CRM systems and business automation and show us how that's going to really make a difference in your business if you follow the rules that she's explaining to you. So Shannon, take it away.
Thank you so much, Marilyn, for the introduction. Really appreciate it, and thank you to everybody who's joined us this afternoon. Really looking forward to showing you how a next-gen CRM is changing the real estate game and how a product like Exact Contact, unlike the old CRMs that were your database and you would dump your contacts in there and you would manage them and they were stored there and they were safe, with a product like Exact Contact, it's no longer just CRM. The next gen piece here is that it's all of your marketing automation, lead generation, all rolled into one integrated software. And I'm sure that a lot of you, know what a real estate CRM is. And I've just had a couple questions for you, sort of CRM and business related. I'm going to pop a couple of polls up onto the screen here. The first one is, what is your biggest challenge in managing your business? And I'll just give you all a couple of questions or a couple of seconds to check off your answer. And I think you can check multiple there. I think all of the above is usually the most popular. I'm interested to see. I see that some of the answers coming in. Give everybody a couple more seconds. And just about 10 more seconds, everybody. And things seem to have stabilized, so I'm going to close that poll. And I can share the results with you. And as suspected, we can see that it's about 18% contact management. So most of you feel you're doing a great job, and that's fantastic news. Keeping in touch, of course, as salespeople, as real estate agents, something that's key to our business is following up, not just with our leads, but also with our prospects and past clients, remembering key dates and tasks. Everybody's, has to do that every single day. And of course, we all need to do all of these things to manage our real estate business. I have a second poll here for you, just in relation directly to today's conversation. Who today is using a real estate CRM? If you are, fantastic. If you're using Exact Contact, hopefully you'll see some things today that maybe you didn't know yet. If you're not sure why you need one, hopefully I can answer some of those questions that you have burning. And just on the topic again of questions, when you do put your questions into that question box while you're finishing your poll there, when you do have questions, do put them into that question box. I have a colleague on the call with us today who can answer in real time. And if there's something that we don't happen to get to, we will follow up with you at the end of today's webinar. So I am going to just give everybody a couple more seconds. Things seem to be trickling in still. And I'm just going to close that poll. And again, we can share these results. Looks like about a quarter of you are using a CRM, a quarter of you aren't. Some of you are sort of somewhere in the middle. So hopefully we've got some fantastic information that we can share with you today, and looking forward to giving you that demonstration of Exact Contact. So of course we've got to start here. What is a real estate CRM? And a real estate CRM really is your database. It'll help you store and manage your contacts. It'll help you keep in touch and stay top of mind, and also stay organized. And a CRM designed for real estate agents has things like marketing plans and email and letter templates and active business management for your listings and your buyers to help keep you on track with your entire business, not just put your contacts in here and know that they're stored in a safe place. You can do that with your cell phone. We've developed a product that has so much threads to it to also help you with not just keeping in touch and staying top of mind, but generating as well as nurturing leads and assisting you with automated marketing. So what is Exact Contact? It is a next generation CRM, and the much more I'll get to in just a moment. It's a price you can't beat. It's the price, you're really not paying more for CRM today than you were 10, 15 years ago, but there's been a lot more added into the solution, and we've really got the best support in the industry, and I'll speak to that towards the end as well. What makes Exact Contact unique is really, first and foremost, that the system is easy to use. You don't have to sit in an hour worth of classes or a whole day like previous, some of the older CRMs out there. It's easy to use. We'll onboard you, make sure that you have all of the tools that you need to get the system up and running for you so that you see the business value from it right away. Again, I've mentioned the breadth of the solution and the automation that will assist you. It's like having an assistant without having to hire an assistant to manage your database for you. Our concierge setup service will ensure that you get everything uploaded into the system and all of those key pieces of the system working for you right away. And in return, you'll start to see the business impact and value right away. And we do have capabilities for brokerages as well as teams. What sets Exact Contact apart? And these are some of the things we're going to touch on today. Exact Contact includes a monthly email newsletter. That e-newsletter, I will show you a sample, it is fully customizable. It's professionally written and designed by real estate marketing professionals for you with new content every single month. It's mobile responsive, and that really helps, right? It's people that are reading their email today primarily are reading it on a mobile device, a tablet, a cell phone, rather than sitting down at their computer to check their email. We include a mobile-friendly lead-generating website. There's campaign reporting, so you can see who is opening your emails, who's clicking through on those hyperlinks in those emails. We have a mobile app and can sync with Google. We can also sync with Outlook as well as your mobile device. So if you're not using a Google account, you're using some kind of other email, we can sync with that so that your contacts and your calendar always match up in both your CRM and on your device today. We are Mac and iPad compatible. The social media integration I will speak to once we're in the system. This allows you to actually see social media profile information on the contacts within your database. We are integrated with BombBomb, so you can send out video emails, and I know more and more people are getting onto that today. It's just that little bit more personal and interactive touch to your marketing. We have a solution for automated social media posting. We can post to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn with curated content from national publications, the well-read, publicly available content that normally you would have to go and subscribe to each of those different magazine or news sources to have access to. We can access it all in one place, and it will automatically post to you for your social media profile. I mentioned we have a great solution for teams, and our rookie agent program is actually a 6-month free trial. We understand how tough it is to get started in this business, so if we have any rookies on the call today, bonus for you. And our concierge setup service, of course, will make sure that all of these pieces of the system are set up and working for you right away. So I'm going to leave the PowerPoint piece of this for the moment and get right into the system. That's why everybody's here. You want to see what this thing looks like, what it does, how it's going to help you. And that's, just give me one moment to get popped over into Exact Contact. And here we are. So when you first log into Exact Contact, I'm just going to do a quick orientation overview of the screen we're viewing here. This is what's called our dashboard. So when you first log into Exact Contact, you'll notice you have your main nav bar down the side of your left here. There's this header at the top, and this is used in different ways in different areas throughout the system. And of course, you always have your contacts down the right-hand side. Now, one of the fantastic things about this being a fully responsive design, meaning it will size to whatever screen size you are using. So if you're using a huge widescreen monitor in the office, or if you're using a tablet at home, or you can use it on essentially any device size, and it will resize appropriately for your particular screen size. It also means that this workspace in the middle, where we're seeing this dashboard with our tasks and appointments showing, you can actually hide your main nav bar. And of course, you don't have to memorize what the icons are right away. When you hover over them, you've got a little flyout that tells you what that icon means. And you can also hide your contacts list. Now, at any time while you're using the system, you could be creating an email, you could be working on setting your goals, you can actually just pop your contact list out, and you have the ability to see more information about a specific contact, make a quick note on that contact's profile, and even create yourself a quick task for follow-up later. So you do have access to that basic information on a contact profile from anywhere within the system, just by quickly accessing your contact list and clicking the little more info button here. I'm going to fly this back out so we have our full list of features. And I want to point out that this dashboard, this dashboard is customizable, and this is a new function of the all-new Exact Contact. The dashboard is full of widgets, and what we're seeing at the moment is our tasks and appointments. We also have other widgets for things like your business pipeline, activities, things like a snapshot of your active business. So what you've got in the pipeline with your listings and your buyers. You can see where your contacts are coming from and where your business is coming from based on those sources of contact. You have your repeat and referral business. And for any of you that are in this for the long haul, this really becomes a strong source for your business and for your commissions. As people come back, as people refer their friends, it's so important to be able to see how much you're generating from that repeat and referral business. You have, of course, your active listings and buyers, prospective buyers, and a snapshot of your closed business. Now, you'll notice on this particular widget, there are items in this graph that are different colors, black, red, and green. This is actually based on goals that have been set up in the new goal setting function in Exact Contact. And then based on the transactions that you've logged in the system, you're in the red, the black, or the green, depending on where you are year to date towards your goal. So hopefully your data looks a little stronger than this. We're, of course, using demo data. So it's not always the strongest, but you get the idea of this is going to help you with setting goals and driving towards those goals. Again, we're running a business, so it is important to have a picture of what you want to do this year and know at any given point throughout the year how far you are towards that goal. I'm going to zoom back up to the top here. And I want to pop now into a little bit more about the email market, or about automated marketing. I'm going to start with email marketing. It hasn't gone away. It's getting stronger and better every single time updates are made, particularly with something like our monthly email newsletter. The monthly email newsletter is mobile responsive, as I mentioned. So people don't actually have to pinch and zoom to read this on their phone. If I were to open this on my mobile device, it would have rendered to an appropriate size, so I don't have to squint, I don't have to zoom to read this e-newsletter. And our monthly e-newsletter is done for you. It has your branding, it has that personalized salutation for the appropriate person it's sending to, and then we always write a personalized message. It's sort of an oxymoron, it's a generic personal message. You can, of course, customize this. And then we write 3 new articles for you every single month. These articles are written by real estate marketing professionals, and they're designed to position you as an expert in all things real estate and home ownership. So they're not going to be recipes, they're not fluffy. They are designed to be home ownership specific, pardon me, I'm tripping over my own tongue, and have something that is going to be educational to your customer base that's viewing these. So there's something for everyone here. Again, this is fully customizable. You can choose to edit the content of any given article. You could change the photo on an article. you can delete an article, and you can also add an article in this same formatting so that someone reading this can't tell that you copied and pasted in or wrote your own content. It's going to look exactly like the rest of the e-newsletter and flow really nicely with the content that you're using from the pre-written version. Setting up your e-newsletter is done within our Keep in Touch section of the system. And it's simply a matter of choosing what day of the month you want it to send out on and who you want it to send to. You can even tell the system to automatically assign new contacts added to your database to that email distribution list automatically. So that's a key feature of the Exact Contact, and it's all about providing that content to you. Another piece of email marketing content that Exact Contact provides is things like templates for, I actually want to be in a different, where am I here? There we go. I actually want to be in here. And so we have templates for things like just listed and just sold videos. If I pull up something like this just listed flyer, you'll see that this is a templated flyer. We've populated it with the appropriate information for this beautiful listing that we have. And of course, all good email marketing has this call to action. Call to action can be a link to anywhere. It could be call me, but the benefit of putting in a hyperlink to perhaps an online tour or the listing on the MLS or your personal website is that all of these things are trackable through email campaign reporting. And this is, again, email marketing as lead generation. So I'm going to flip over to the email campaign reporting from here. We've come to our email template. We can create it, save it, select contacts, send it out, schedule it, whatever we want to do. And same thing with our monthly e-newsletter. We can edit it here in the mass email section. And the campaign reporting then shows us what emails have been sent out. I'm actually going to pop back to a couple of months ago just so we can see a little bit more developed data. Again, we're working with a demo account here. The data here is showing us our overall open rate. But if I want to see specifically who opened my monthly e-newsletter or that just listed flyer, for example, I can actually open the stats for a specific email and even see a list of exactly who opened this email and how many times they've opened my email. Now, when we're getting into things like double digits, good chance here that this person is either very, very interested in the listing that you've sent them, or perhaps they forwarded it on to others within their own database. So again, you're finding those hot leads. It's generating more leads because your email is being passed along to others within your sphere of influence. And with something like that hyperlink that we just looked at on the just listed flyer, we can actually see exactly what someone clicked on within that email. So if you've sent out that just listed flyer to say, your top 50 people that you thought might be interested in that listing, your top 50 buyers, you're going to open the campaign reporting and see that, hey, 20 of those 50 people opened my email. Fantastic. Some of them opened it multiple times. We're simply narrowing down, those leads within your database that are, strong leads to follow up with immediately. With the link, you can actually see exactly who clicked through to see more information about that new property that you're selling. So again, you're seeing who is interacting with your marketing, how many times they're interacting. You know that they're interested. It makes it that much easier for you, not only to follow up with the hot leads that are hiding in your own database, but also to generate more leads and referrals from your existing database. Someone doesn't have to be a past or current client to be a great referral source for you. From this campaign reporting, I'm also going to just point out that we also have the ability to see your drip email sends. And Exact Contact does include a number of drip email campaigns, and I'll show you where those are and what's included in just a moment. But I also want to point out that in this campaign reporting section of the system, you can also see who is opening your drip email sendouts. So again, who's interacting with your marketing. It doesn't show you, if they forwarded this particular email on, but that Mark has opened that drip email campaign. So when you make a follow-up call to Mark, what information he's already been interacting with. from your marketing. So just, again, helping you find those hot leads in your database, helping you to nurture existing leads, and even generate more leads through those those forwards from your existing client base. It's just very, very powerful in terms of campaign reporting and continuing to use email marketing as part of your marketing strategy and lead generation and nurture strategy. So since we're here on the activity plan send out piece, I'm going to pop over to our activity plans section of the system. In activity plans, of course, they are all written for you, and they are, of course, fully customizable. You can also create your own new marketing plan. If you already have content or you like to write your own content, your own emails, you can do so. You can create your own plan here. So all of these plans are written for specific types of contacts. So we have 2-year-long plans for someone who's currently renting. There is a 5-year-long email plan for just your sphere of influence. There's even a 6-month after purchase nurturing plan. And I don't know how many of you are doing this already, but you were emailing that client up until the day they became your client. Then you kind of stopped because you were emailing them other stuff while you were working with them actively. And then after they bought or sold, now what? You can continue to automatically email. You don't want to fall off and then run into them in the supermarket 6 months, a year, 4 years later, lock eyes and go, I know that person. I think I helped them buy their home. And you get chatting, and sure enough, you did, and they just sold it, but they didn't use you. It's not their fault. You didn't keep in touch. They forgot your name. And I'm not ragging on real estate agents here. It's a salesperson problem. We've got to do the after sale follow-up. We've got to do the long-term lead follow-up, but we're all really good at jumping on those hot leads right now. So with these keep in touch capabilities, you're not going to fall out of touch with those past clients. You're not going to lose track of those long-term leads. 2 years later, when that renter that finally decides to become a homeowner, they've been receiving your emails all along. You've been calling them and checking in and seeing how their life is going. They're going to remember you and your name, and they're going to use you, so you don't lose those long-term leads or those past clients who can give you great referrals. In this marketing plan section, we're just looking at the actual plans. If we actually wanted to assign a plan to a particular contact, let's use Daniela as an example. Perhaps we met Daniela at an event last week, and Daniela has just gotten married. They know they're going to want to have a family, and they want to have a backyard and a home, and she knows what neighborhood, but they just got married. They're not ready yet. They're still renting. So for Daniela, that 2-year currently renting plan would be a perfect fit. And I can go to Daniela's profile and simply assign this plan, and it will now assign all of those pre-scheduled emails as well as follow-up call reminders within this plan, so that Daniela is going to continue to receive those follow-up emails from you with relevant content for her specifically. The emails are all designed to look like a personal note from you. It'll go with your signature, but it will say, hi Daniela, wanted to follow up with you. Have you thought about what kind of mortgage you might qualify for, right? Those first-time buyer considerations, things that she may not have thought about. So they're all going to be content that's specific to this person's personal situation in terms of home ownership, sales, whatever their scenario might be. The other thing you're seeing here on this screen is the keep in touch events that are specific to this contact. Keep in touch events are things like birthday reminders, move-in anniversary reminder, keep in touch phone call reminders. These are recurring events. You can see which ones are turned on for this specific contact and turn them on or off right here from this panel. And that's fantastic. In a lot of existing CRMs, a lot of older CRMs, you can activate similar type reminders contact by contact. With a system like Exact Contact, it's like having that virtual assistant, that AI that can help you with automated reminders, and we can actually assign them to groups of our database or even to our entire database. So I did pop into this Keep in Touch panel here before to show where the monthly e-newsletter activation was. You'll also see here there are birthday and move-in anniversary reminders. Everybody likes being wished a happy birthday, even, you know, grumpy Uncle Joe that grunts at everybody no matter what they're doing. Call him and wish him a happy birthday. He's gonna probably at least smirk a little. Everybody likes being wished a happy birthday. And that's a great way to touch base on a personal level with your contacts. Move-in anniversaries, in terms of real estate, are so closely driven to your business. They're so important to follow up on. Again, that person you ran into in the supermarket that you sold them their house 4 years ago and then kind of lost touch, you'll never lose touch with someone like that again, because you're going to have an automated reminder set up for every single person who has a move-in anniversary on their contact record in the system. So this move-in anniversary event, I'm speaking to it here, but it takes about 3 minutes to set up, not even 3 minutes. You're simply going to tell the system, put it in my calendar, send me a task or a reminder. Maybe I want a reminder a week in advance. And these are reminders. It's not sending an automated message to this person. It is sending you a reminder to make a personal gesture. You can send an email. There are email templates within the system for things like move-in anniversaries, birthdays, as well as major holidays. But the idea here is that, and what a lot of coaches and trainers will tell you, is that these type of events need to be a personal touch. But we are developing a new feature to this section of the system. You will be able to check off, automatically send an email on the day of this person's move-in date or the day of this person's birthday. It will automatically send that for you. You'll choose your email template that you want to send for the year. You can change it whenever you want. So that is coming due to customer request. We've had so much request for it, but really the idea behind these reminders is that it should be a little more personal, especially if they're a past client, someone that you've done business with recently, someone you've done business with for the last 5 years, or you haven't done business with since 7 years ago. But it's a great way to just touch base with them and remind them, hey, I helped you sell your home, or I helped you buy your home on the anniversary date that they moved in X number of years later. And as you can see, it's just a simple set of little check boxes here. And then once we set this up once, what will happen is the system will crawl through your database, find all of those move-in dates on everyone's profile, put them in your calendar with a task 7 days beforehand. And then going forward, anytime you add a new move-in date to someone's contact record, so they buy a home, you enter the buyer information, all of the details of that property, the date that they're moving in, and going forward, every time you save a date on someone's profile, the system will automatically put it in your calendar and set the task reminder for you. So again, that virtual assistant is just working with you in exact contact to help make sure you're never going to fall out of touch with those key dates ever again. I'm going to pop back out of there. The birthday reminder looks exactly the same. And I'm going to pop back into mass email for you. I mentioned that we have greeting card emails for things like move-in anniversaries and birthdays. You have things like this move-in anniversary greeting card. It's a nice, simple email greeting. It goes out personalized mass email, of course, with their full salutation, a nice little message. And these are, of course, customizable as well. You can change the photo, you can change the content of this email, and there are multiple templates to choose from. So perhaps you want to send this as well as make a phone call, or maybe it's Susan's birthday next week, and you're going to send her this greeting card. You're going to schedule it for the day of her birthday, but Susan's been a great client, and you're going to order her a basket of cookies from her favorite bake shop and have them delivered to her office. So you can do a combination of things in addition to the email. The idea behind the automated reminder is that you don't have to think about it. You set it up once and forget about it, and then the system doesn't let you forget about the actual date. You're always going to have those recurring reminders, so you're never going to fall out of touch for those key dates ever again, keeping track of all of those key people within your database, especially those past clients and strong referral sources. So just keeping you more and more in touch with those personal touches, personal dates for everybody within your database. I will just pop into quickly here one of our birthday greetings. Where's the birthday? just so you get an idea of, similar type, simple message with a nice image. So there's a lot of email marketing content, and this isn't necessarily email marketing, but it is marketing you, in that it's always going to have your signature, your personal touch to it, and it's a reminder to that person of who you are, that you have worked with them in the past for their real estate needs. I'm going to I want to recap a little bit here. We've looked at setting up an e-newsletter as part of our email marketing, sending out mass email, and being able to track those hot leads that are hiding within our own database. We have the ability to set up automated reminders for our entire database, birthdays and move-in anniversaries. So again, just always keeping you in touch, but also keeping you not only on top of hot leads that are in your own database, but also giving those hot leads that are in your database content that they can share and help you generate more and more leads right from your existing database. The next place I want to take you is to show you a little bit more about lead generation and automated marketing content. I mentioned that we have posting for social media, and you're all saying, what are you talking about, Shannon? You're a CRM company. What do you know about social media? Well, Exact Contact has a product called Social Stream. Social Stream is an add-on service. It is an additional cost, and I can talk pricing later. But Social Stream brings together a database of content from national publication sources. This is curated content. It's paid content. We've bought it in bulk from multiple publishers, and we have the ability to give it to you at a really reasonable cost and have it auto-posted to your social media profiles. It will post to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can set it up to post to your business pages as well as your personal page. You can choose how often you want this to post. So it can post, as many times a day, up to 3 times a day. You can also post additional content if you want to. And then you choose which of the publishers. And by default, I believe all are selected, but you can choose to unselect any of these. And if maybe I don't want to send things, post things that have articles from BNN, I can just simply click it, it unhighlights it, and no longer includes articles from BNN. In terms of the topics, again, you can include or exclude any topics that you want. They're all home ownership, lifestyle, home related. So again, all of the content is going to position you as an expert in everything that has to do with owning a home, in and around the home. It could be gardening, it could be staging your home, things like that are going to interest the people that are on your social media profile. And if we go to take a look here, and you're still asking me, of course, what does this have to do with lead generation? Well, if I look at an article like this one, here's one, Lawn Care Made Simple. I'm going to be posting this. It's going to post automatically to my Facebook profile, and we've got them posting to our public Exact Contact page. When someone goes to your Facebook profile and they read this little tagline, it's a nice image, and they think, oh, I wonder what that's about. How do I manage my lawn a little easier? And they click the article. It actually takes them to a branded landing page with your information right on that page. And if you want, you can also have this pop-up requesting that they provide their contact information. You can choose as well, if this is a hard fixed form, they have to submit their contact information in order to finish reading the article, or you can simply have the no thanks button and allow them to complete reading the article. The idea here is that you're not only generating leads from your social media by having that pop-up, but you're providing them a reason to give you their contact information, right? From a consumer standpoint, we have to think about it as the what's in it for me. And they want the access to the article, they're willing to give you their contact information. Of course, leads from your social stream post go directly back into the CRM and can be automatically assigned to a contact group, a source of contact. They can be assigned to a drip campaign and even to your monthly e-newsletter, all automatically. So again, the automation of lead generation and managing your leads and keeping in touch is all tying into one place. So you are free to go and meet your clients for coffee and do that listing presentation and go out and pound the pavement and get more business while your system is assisting you with the follow-up soft touches while you're out doing those key tasks to run your business. Just going to pop back over to Exact. There I am. And I'm going to pop back into our dashboard here. The other thing I mentioned in terms of lead generation with Exact Contact is that we include an agent website with the system. It's a free website, it's included, and I don't want to run short of time, so I'll just show you a couple of live customer example websites here. So you can see it can be really customized with your branding, with your messaging. It's all about Nolensville, Tennessee real estate. We include 16 pages of content right out of the box for you. And of course, there are contact forms built right into the site. But when you go in here and you customize it and make it your own and add video content and include your social media profiles, you have the ability to really make this site your own and drive people back to your CRM by filling out a form, drive them to your social media feeds where maybe they're going to click on a social stream post. So again, it's just tying everything together and then having the automation of those keep in touch follow-ups to help you out. Another quick example here of a team. And you can even create as many additional pages within the system as you like. And if we look at Gloria's site here, of our local agents here in the Mississauga, Toronto area, if we look at the neighborhoods pages she has set up, she's actually created pages with content for all of the schools in a specific area or restaurants. So you can get as detailed with this as you want or not. There are 16 pages built right into the site, ready to go for you right from the get-go. This site, as I mentioned, it's free. It's included with your monthly subscription with Exact Contact, domain hosting, everything, all that's included. What's not included is the property search bar that you're seeing. That's IDX. It is an add-on service. You can actually add that property search to have an MLS listing search right on your own personal website for as little as $13 a month. So huge advantage again. I'm not going to get into all of the details of IDX today because there's so much I want to get back into the CRM and show you with some of our new features. But with IDX, there are features that also will have pop-ups to generate leads that allow people to save a listing and automatically receive updates of new listings that match their search criteria. So there's so much that this site can do for you. Again, however much you want to customize it, you can go unbranded like our friend Adam here. Totally up to you. You've got a free website included. You're not obligated to use Exact Contact's website. If you've got a great website that you love, you can have your listings from that website, or your leads rather, from that website automatically forwarded back to your CRM. And just like with leads from your social stream or leads from your Exact Contact website, can have those leads automatically assigned to follow-up drip email, to your monthly e-newsletter, to particular contact groups and sources of contact. So there is a way to capture those leads from external websites as well, but free website included. So if you don't have a website today, or you've got one that you created 10 years ago and it looks every bit of its age, have a look at the website. You can always activate it within a preview mode and decide if you want to continue. You can repoint your domain name at any point. So just something to consider as part of the full package of the system here. And again, just another great, really clean example, personal branding, personal website. There's different templates and color schemes to choose from, and then you can really make it your own. As you notice, there's clearly a template here, but not one of these sites looks the same. Each of these agents has done a really great job of branding it to make it their own and including content to make it their own. So again, everybody needs a professional online presence, and Exact Contact includes that ability for you within the system. I'm just going to pause for one quick second and ask my colleague Allison if there's any questions in the Q&A box that she wants to fire my way.
Yes, we've got quite a few good questions. Someone just wanted to know, could you reiterate how much IDX costs?
Yeah, there's two different packages. for IDX, and I'll just pop back onto a site here so you see that the property search, this box is driven by IDX to have your MLS search. There are 2 different packages for IDX, $13 for standard, and the professional or advanced IDX is $33 a month. I don't want to get into all the details of what that includes. There's a huge chart listing all of those off that we have. So if there's questions about IDX specifically, either fire them at Allison in the Q&A box or reach out to us in our office after the webinar. We'd be happy to chat and run through the details of what the different IDX packages offer. You know, why one is $20 more than the other, there's good reason for it. Is there any other questions, Allison?
One other question, what are the max number of emails you can send?
There actually is no limits. That's a really great question. There's actually no limit to our mass emailing from within the system. And drip email is not considered mass email. So you can send unlimited drip emails. You can also send unlimited mass emails. Everyone's account with Exact Contact includes 2,500 mass emails free every month. If you need more than 2,500 mass emails, if you've got a larger database, you can purchase more at really, really reasonable bulk rates. But 2,500 for the average agent's database is typically actually more than enough, unless you're sending out a lot of different advertising and really blasting your entire database. I'm back into the system here, and I want to just show you a couple of quick key things. We've looked at the dashboard just briefly, and you notice, of course, we've got our tasks and appointments here. Now, you can actually hide those. If you don't want to see them, you can say, yeah, I don't want to see my tasks. You know, I don't want to see my appointments. And we can just save it and they go away, right? Because you can simply open your task list or your calendar with a quick click of the button from your dashboard menu. So that's very simple. Something like this business pipeline view. Everybody's saying, what is business pipeline, Shannon? What is that thing? And I see it over here in the menu. You'll notice that we have contacts that are in different layers of this business pipeline. And I'm going to pop into there. This is a brand new feature of Exact Contact. So if you have been a customer of Exact Contact previously or are currently a customer, you haven't switched over to the new interface yet, this may be new to you. But this is something that we felt was really strong in helping you to manage your leads in your database. So you have different categories. They could be unassigned, they could be new leads, long-term prospects, hot prospects, clients that are, you know, past clients, current clients, and different types of past clients, because as we know, past clients can be sort of in a couple of different categories. So rather than lump them all together, you have the ability to categorize those. So this is really going to help you to follow that funnel where your leads come in, you speak with somebody, and, you know, hey, say you were talking to Amanda here, and we're talking to Amanda, and she's a new unqualified lead, and she tells me, hey, I'm actually looking to probably buy within the next 6 months. Hey, Amanda needs to be changed to a hot prospect who's a buyer. And now Amanda is gone from our list of new unqualified leads, and if I pop over to hot prospects, there she is. So now Amanda is in our hot prospects list. We can have a quick look at, you know, who's in this list, you know, whether they're a buyer or a seller. You can update that status at any point using this little business pipeline icon over here. The other functions you're seeing that are quick access are to make a quick note. This will log a note in the contact activities and history page on their contact record. Fantastic. You can also say quick task. And where did we see these before? We saw these in our contact list, right? We saw these quick notes and quick task buttons in the contact list. So they're duplicated here within the business pipeline, the ability to log activity for specific contacts. This little guy with the lightning bolt, this is a prospecting update. This is something that is very specific for this specific contact. Prospecting updates also drive one of the widgets that I'll navigate back to in the dashboard in a moment. You can set goals for yourself. And whether you choose to use that feature of the system or not, you know, or try it out, it allows you to set goals not just for your, you know, financial goals for the year and how many transactions and how much money you want to make. It also asks you to set goals for your activity, and prospecting updates drive the logging of that activity within the system. So you can log very specific activities, and some of you may have seen this from some of your coaching or training programs, these types of terminology for phone calls, notes, pop-bys, presentations, or real estate reviews. So you can log those specific activities on a contact record, and that activity will drive back to the widget within the dashboard that shows you all about your prospecting activities. So we have our prospecting activities here. Again, our data is a little murky being a demo account, but you can see that, how many new contacts did we add last week, this week? How many should I be adding this week? How many have I added to date this year? And what's my goal this year? And where am I at towards that goal percentage-wise? And similarly to the widget we looked at before with the red, the black, and the green, this widget will do the same thing. It will show you if you are in the red, the black, or the green based on where you're at towards your goals to date. Where do we set these goals? And I'm actually going to pop into that goal setting menu item. And you'll see here, we've already set some goals up. So we want to do this many presentations, et cetera, et cetera. I will say edit goals. We can have a quick look at what some of these look like. Now, there's a series of 15 questions. We're not going to go through all of those today. This is not a training session, but I do want you to see how simple it is to set goals for yourself, both for your financial side of your business, as well as for your activity side of your business, which of course is what drives the financial side of your business. So first question, first and foremost, how much money do you want to make this year? And we're going to put in something reasonable. All of you that want to put in a number that's a little higher. You want it to be an achievable goal, but something that will make you strive to be better than last year, perhaps. You can set the effective year start date. The reason you're allowed to set that date is that if you are starting to use Exact Contact, not on January 1st, and you don't want to have to go backwards and log all of your transactions to date that are not already in the system, then you can just start using the system from, say, July 1st or August 1st and drive your goals from that specific date. And it will say, how much of what is your gross commission per each transaction? What percentage of your closed transactions are sellers? What percentage of those listings actually become closed transactions? And so on and so forth. It also allows you to choose, hey, this is what we all want to know. How many weeks do you actually intend to work this year? And if you're like some of my realtor friends, you're probably going to work somewhere, probably in the 40 weeks area of the year. And some of you may work a little more than that, but I know I've got quite a few friends that are up at the cottage for a good chunk of both the spring and the winter. So you can choose. And this way, the system knows that based on the goals that you're setting for the entire year for your activity, it can then extrapolate those out week by week based on the number of weeks you're actually going to work, right? If you're only going to work 40 weeks, you don't want to have goals set assuming that you're going to be working 52 weeks, because the numbers just aren't going to line up with what your week to week should be. So I'm going to say I'm going to add 100 contacts to my database this year. Seems pretty reasonable. How many referrals do you want to get? How many phone calls would you like to make to your entire database, right? This is how many phone calls for the entire year. So we are entering year values here, but then the system, we pop back over to that widget, will then break that down into how many per week, right? This week, what's the goal? And showing you, based on what you've logged, what you are actually achieving towards your goal by using this goal setting. So again, it's a way for you not just to manage your contacts, not just to do marketing, not just to manage leads, but also to set business-based goals that are going to help drive activity. It's going to help you manage your business and improve your business and grow your business by setting achievable goals that you can then track towards in the system and have a daily snapshot of, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever snapshot of where am I at? How am I doing? And what do I need to do more of to get to where I want to be? So again, Exact Contact is not just a CRM. It's not just an automated marketing tool. It is a business tool that's going to help you manage and grow and just changing the game of real estate by having all of those pieces in one central system. I'm going to pause for just a couple of minutes again and ask Allison if there's any questions burning in the Q&A box. That doesn't have to be about prospecting activities or goals specifically, but anything that anybody's got burning in your ear over there?
We have some questions about teams, about how to limit what teams can see the dollar figures available. So is each team member assigned an amount?
So goals for teams. The financial goals are actually set up based on the entire team. Part of the reason for that is in the active business area of the system, and I'm actually, unfortunately, going to have to skip active business today because we're running a bit short of time. But in the active business area of the system, all of the financial transactions are added up together for the entire team. So it is a team-based goal. You, of course, can have different agents be the listing agent or the buying agent on each listing, but the goal side of things is set as a financial goal for the entire team. The prospecting activity goals that drive, how you're going to get to those financial goals, the prospecting activity goals are set up team member by team member. So if this were a team account, we would actually have a little drop-down window up here that would allow us to see, I want to see the goals for the entire team, or I want to see the goals for this specific team member, or your own goals. So that side of the goal setting is able to be customized for each specific team member. I hope that answers the question. Again, if there's questions that were not, didn't get the answer you were looking for, or had more questions after I tried to answer your question, just give us a call after the webinar, and we'd be happy to, either my colleague Allison or I would be happy to chat with you. There is, of course, this original source of reporting, and I love this chart. This lets you see something really cool within your database. Where are your leads coming from? Where are your contacts coming from? And then where are you actually closing those contacts? So if you're dumping a whole bunch of money into, SEO or banner ads or Facebook ads, and you're getting all of these online leads, but you're actually closing all of your business from leads directly from your own personal website and directly from referrals, then maybe it's time to look at where you're spending your marketing dollars. So again, these fantastic business tools that are just creating this whole next-gen solution where it's no longer just CRM, it is your business management tool, your marketing automation tool, all built into one concise, easy-to-use platform. I know I'm gonna wrap up here in just a few minutes. I think I've got about, how am I for time? Yeah, about 7 minutes. And I will pause again for questions. I'm actually gonna pop back over to my PowerPoint just briefly. And I want to just highlight again our support. And our support team is amazing. And it's not, I'm not just saying that because they, I sit beside them every day and I have to say they're fantastic. They can't hear me right now. They really are fantastic. They help us in-house. We hear them talking with our customers and patiently walking them through different areas of the system. Part of our concierge setup service is that we upload your data for you. So if you've got your database in a spreadsheet, in your Outlook, in some other system, and you're not sure how to export it, we'll even help you figure out how to export that spreadsheet file. Send it over to us, and our support team will upload it for you. All uploads are done within 1 business day, usually on the same day. We'll also help you set up your monthly email newsletter and your email branding that goes out on all of your emails, your email header and signature. We'll help you activate and set up those keep in touch phone call reminders. We'll help you sync with your Google or Outlook and help you set up your website if you're going to set up a website with us, or set up your lead capture if you have leads coming from other sources. We are, by the way, also a Zillow Tech Connect partner, and we can capture leads from Realtor.com, from 5 Street, so various different sources that can automatically capture your leads right into the CRM. So again, driving everything into one place. And you have unlimited phone support. It's all included, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And of course, the burning question, and I'm sure people have asked Allison this, and I'm sure she's answered as quickly as possible, but what does it cost? What does this whole thing cost? For your real estate CRM, and the way we've broken this down is this is what you'd pay typically if you were to go externally for each of these individual resources and buy them from different companies and have, you know, different things that you would then have to manage separately. Your CRM, your monthly e-newsletter, again, professionally written for you, designed, fully customizable, mobile responsive email newsletters, changing the game. You have an email marketing platform with campaign reporting. If you were to go externally again and to try to use something like Constant Contact or MailChimp, firstly, you'd have to pay them for that service, and you'd have to manage your transactions, your database somewhere else. You'd also then have to manage two databases, right? Because you'd have your CRM, and then you'd have your email marketing. With a system like Exact Contact, it's all built into one place. You're only managing one list. A customizable, mobile-friendly website, I think that $20 to $100 is being really, really conservative. I know for sure if you're to go out to a lot of the website companies that will provide you with the website, you're looking at considerably more than that on a monthly basis. Exact Contact includes all of that for just $33 a month. That's on our annual billing plan. You can also pay month to month. This actually saves you 15% with the annual plan. Typically, we offer a 5-week free trial. Because you've all joined us through our lovely partner, RETechnology, you do actually have a special free trial, and I'm just going to make this slide a little bigger. There you go. You have a special extended 60-day free trial. You can simply use the partner code RETech on any of our sign-up forms on the website. So even if it says 5-week free trial, if you've got that partner code box, just enter RETech or go more specifically to exactcontact.com/RETech. And I'm going to pause again and ask Allison one last time, are there any questions that are burning?
Can we print monthly newsletters to send?
The monthly email newsletter is specifically formatted for email. It's not that you can't print it, it's just not set up in the system for print. So you'd end up having to copy and paste it to another format that would be then printable. Again, not that you can't do it, it's just not set up that way within the system itself where it is specifically designed for email. Okay, wonderful. And Allison's nodding at me that I think we've gotten to everybody's questions at the moment. And I am just about 2 minutes out. So I'll let anybody fire off any last final questions before we do the wrap-up thing here at the end. And again, I want to thank you all for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with you. And I'm just going to flip back over again to that slide with the partner code. And Allison has said that there's one final question.
How much is SocialStream?
SocialStream is $20 a month after a 30-day free trial. So whenever you activate SocialStream, you have your first 30 days free, and then it's just $20 a month. And again, that's access to content from many major national publications, news sources, as well as magazine sources and online sources. That content is typically from sources that you would typically have to have a subscription to be able to access those articles and be able to repost their content. With SocialStream, we've done that for you. We've curated it, we've put it all into one place, we've bought it in bulk, and then are giving you the access to utilize that content for your social media postings. And of course, with the added bonus of that pop-up lead capture, once someone's reading your article, it's just going to drive that business. And we've actually seen and heard from a number of agents that they have doubled their social media leads since they started using SocialStream. So it is working, it is generating leads in that respect. So that's my wrap. I don't know if Marilyn, you had a final word?
No, I just wanted to say thank you. I thought that was really, really helpful. Lots of good information. And let me just ask you one final question. Because as we saw earlier, there's about a quarter of the folks on the call that actually have done CRM. But I can tell you that for those, and others may relate to me, that sometimes when you think about starting this process, it's a little scary and a little overwhelming. So tell us how you're going to help people on the call not get so scared and be able to actually do this in a way with lots of people supporting them.
Yeah. Perfect, yeah. And I've scrolled back a couple of slides here, because that really is what our concierge setup service is all about. So we'll upload the data for you. You don't have to have it in a spreadsheet already. Now, if it's in a paper notebook, you might want to hire your niece for the summer to get her to enter it for you. But if you've got it in a digital format, we can get it uploaded into the system for you. And we will walk through the process of setting up your monthly e-newsletter, your branding, all of your reminders. We do that as part of our concierge setup service. So as soon as you sign up for Exact Contact, first step is you get an email. And the email says, here's your login information, and here's the first 2 or 3 things you should do. The second thing is our customer success manager will reach out to you. And if you've got time to run through a few things right then when she catches you, she will, or she can actually schedule an hour one-on-one session where she will walk through everything that's on the screen here with all of that setup process. And our support team, of course, is always available. There's no limit to the number of times you can call support. If you're working on something and you think you've got it and you call support and you get a little bit of help with something, and then 10 minutes later, you think you've got it, but you need to call support again, that's okay. We would rather you call us and get the assistance than sit there and pull your hair out. We're here to help and really want to make sure that everyone starts to see that business value and the return on that on what they're putting into the system.
That's great, because we've all worked with technology companies that promise a good game, and then when we actually try to use it, they disappear. So to have somebody there that's really your partner in crime, so to speak, that's going to stay with you and answer those questions that you may think are dumb questions, but they're not dumb questions. They're just things that are going to help you. And I can tell you, because I've done this, when you get to the other side of that setup process and you actually start to manage your business on a more consistent basis, amazing things happen. It's not that hard, and it really does make a difference. So I'd highly recommend anybody that's on the call to check these guys out. They know what they're doing. They're solid people. That support they describe is real. I've experienced it myself. So go for it. And I can't wait to hear it. If any of you guys try the product and find out it's working great, send us an email at RETechnology. We'll write a little story about you and talk about how help you take your business to a new level. It'd be awesome to have you there. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.